Hi there, BONESTORM. Welcome to 2018 on our new software.
Hey, look at us, though. We look good.
God dang right we do. Let's hope Zoom with a Z works. I'd like to say they're sponsoring this episode, but they're not. So it's free.
Hey, we got it for free. We should give them a plug. Zoom.com.
Exactly.
Use it for all your video needs.
It's free. If you can do this for free, what the heck else can you do with Zoom? Give it a shot.
Okay.
All right, so welcome again, everybody that played last year. Hope you enjoyed the draft. Those of you that were there, that'd be everybody but Jennifer. Next year, though, she is going to make the flight. At least we heard. So now we have it here that she should be making the flight. Everybody's excited about the season.
Hey, if I could drive 20 hours combined, she can make a stinking flight.
Exactly. That challenge is thrown out to you, Jennifer. And yeah, look, playing with injury today. Exactly. There's no days off for Dickie. He doesn't stop with the keyboard.
What kind of injury is that?
Strangely, it's a masturbation injury. We can't go into it. No, it's carpal tunnel in my non-dominant hand for no apparent reason. But I had to cut on, and next week we'll see the stitches. So excited to see that, and hopefully I'll get feeling back in these fingers. So
and when is your hysterectomy?
Yeah, shut it. My uterus is fully intact. It works perfectly. You big jerk. All right, let's get to the recap first like we normally do. Whose game are we going to start with, Kev?
We're going to start with mine, as always, but oh my God. How do you put up 160.7 and lose? You play Matt Dickey, who rolls up north of 2 centuries, 208.6 to 160.7. That was a tough pill to swallow, my friend.
That's what she said. You know, it was actually a close game throughout the day. Oh, speaking of the day, we'll talk about that later. But let's just say there was no NFL Red Zone to start the season at Jason's house. So thank you, Hicksville 2018, not being able to connect to the internet with his stupid PlayStation.
Hey, at least you got ribs. Quit bitching.
No, there should be a lot more complaining going on. Anyhow, so we're stuck watching the Vikings and the Niners play snooze fest. And I'm watching everything else happen. Oh, look at Kamara. Oh, look, Cleveland is looking to tie Pittsburgh. It just keeps going back and forth. I was happy with Kamara. Obviously, you cannot be happy with Kamara. The 45 points, that was awesome. Brown and Smith-Schuster in that stupid tie combined for 24 and 18 apiece. Who else? Oh, Tyreek Hill. Welcome to my team. I think I'm going to be very happy with you this year.
Yeah.
With his return for a touchdown and another touchdown. Just insane, man.
Yeah, you started the day with 2 of your players to combine for like 85 to 90, something like that. That's
a big uphill battle, even with the great Tom Brady. Ezekiel Elliott, Dallas kind of messed up, and they didn't get off the blocks right. Maybe next week he'll bounce back. But dang, Deion Lewis, that's off 22 on a team that lost their quarterback. That's pretty damn good. And their tight end, too, right? I think he might be out for the year. So that was good production from them. Chris Thompson got you a lot from Washington. That was good.
How about that pick? You guys laughed at that pick.
What kind of rookie? How long have you been playing fantasy football? Do you not check in the morning to see who's going? Let me guess. Burp, burp, burp. I was asleep, but I don't even
remember starting him. I meant to put in Cobb, which probably would have got me the win.
Oh, no. Cobb would have done awesome for you. But what I don't understand is, okay, so your team wins on Saturday. Were you so drunk Saturday night with happiness that the Irish won, you couldn't get up on Sunday to set your lineup?
All right, we're never going to get through this if this is going to take this long in each game. Okay.
Say Kevin did great. I did greater, which is usually the case. Let's go on to the next game.
Okay, the next game we've got less than a point separating the punishment due who take down Krastovsky's Lovejoy project 137 flat to 136.1. 0.9 is the margin of victory. Unbelievable.
That is absolutely insane. I cannot believe it became that close. Because throughout the day, I thought that old man Joe was doing pretty good. Only to see Todd step on some toes at the last minute. He gets a big help from the losing Detroit Lions. Boy, they look bad Monday night. With Mr. Galladay tipping in for 20 points. Detroit's anemic defense got him at least 8. But he had some big days with Melvin Gordon. That's his keeper, so very nice with 29 points. That's a heck of a start there. Greg Olson went out early, only 5.3. That's going to be a hurt. But he got some nice help from Jordan Howard and from DeAndre Hopkins, his number 1 pick overall. So nice job. Joe suffered a little bit with some of his people, like oh no, not that guy. I was going to say like D. Johnson Jr. That must be Duke Johnson from
Dude.
Cleveland. He he normally had some good receptions last year, but this year not so
Great
much.
video.
Shut up. He had a nice
Picture
day.
your
Kirk
face
Cousins.
trying to read.
And Joe Mixon and ODB came in for 24. So a tough one that came down to 1 point. That's a brutal loss, but you know what? I'm sure Joe's going to rebound come week 2. Who's next?
Well, speaking of brutal losses, it was a brutal beating, unfortunately, for my poor wife.
Oh.
Rough.
Somebody needs to call a cop on this beatdown. This was pretty bad.
Yeah, there's been a stabbing. Braille Bombers beat Malibu Stacy's, scoring a very decent 154.6 against Malibu Stacy's anemic 87.7. Of course, she says her team sucks and she's done for the season already, but that always happens and they always come back. So it's still 1 week only.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not anybody panic just yet, but it was a tough week to start with a -10 from the New Orleans defense.
Yeah.
Ouch, that game was out of control. I'm sure no one in our league, or probably most leagues, ever started Ryan Fitzpatrick or thought he would do
What
that.
a shootout, man.
Huge. It's like neither of them played defense at all. It was crazy. So you add to Don's woes, Amari Cooper, boy, 2.8. Really, Amari? I know the Rams are good, but come on, you got to do better than that, buddy. Hogan only got her 2.1 in the New England win. Collins only got her 6.9. So even Freeman only 8 in that Atlanta game where they lost to Philly in the kickoff. The rest of them were kind of forgettable. Julio Jones had a nice start, so I'm sure she was very excited come Thursday night.
Happy about that, yeah.
But the rest of them just crapped the bed. Mama came in strong with riding Russell Wilson, as she has for how many years now? 28.4. A.J. Green for 19.2. Golden Tate from where?
Notre Dame.
There you go, 20.9. Cooper Kupp for 17. That was a nice dink and dunk most of the way. But a nice day for her defense from Baltimore, where they just manhandled those poor Buffalo Bills for 24.1 points. Who's next?
Next, we have a close game. The Deplorables from the East Coast puts up 143.8 in a loss, however, to Voldemort, who squeaked one out. Margin of victory here just over 10, 154.1 to 143.8.
I think the victory came in large part on Monday night due to Todd Gurley, who at first wasn't racking up the numbers in the first half, but boy, he came on big in the finish. It's finished with 25.7. There was basically a split between Devontae Adams and Jarvis Landry, kind of a wash between those two. Poor Goodwin for Jennifer. He finished with 0. He had a hamstring injury. No, I don't know if it was a hamstring or a quad injury early in the game. He was out most of the game, so that was a big goose egg for him. Nice to see old man Adrian Peterson for 22.6. Welcome back, AP. Kenny Stills had 30 in that longest game ever. There was like 2 or 3 different rain delays down there. The game took 7 hours to complete. It was insane. Let's see. Carson. Oh, hold on. I got a reminder about this. I don't need to pack flash drives because I got the flash drives here. Chris Carson, anemic, as was BD Nick Foles. Y'all know what I'm talking about there, Jason. Phillip Rivers, 38. Old man still getting it done. Kareem Hunt, what happened, dude? You were like number 1 last year. You got 4.9. So let's see if he can up that this week. Actually, I hope he doesn't because he's playing the Pittsburgh D. So expect a goose egg. You better just move him out of your lineup there, Jennifer. Who's next?
Well, before we go on to who's next, don't we play football in the rain? What was that about?
Sorry, that was not rain. It was lightning. Every time there's lightning, they have to clear the stadium because of all the other BS in the event. It's all these namby-pamby, I don't want to get hurt people. But I love it because they're like, everybody clear the stadium, and then there's a bunch of people just stay there like, screw it, I don't care if I get hit by lightning. And nothing happens. I'm like, I'm going to laugh one day if they do get hit by lightning because they stay in the stadium. That'll be a story.
All right, well, that's a good segue because lightning struck on both these teams who scored low, but one managed to win with 111.3. The Saquon Ha-Ha Mustangs.
Saquon
Ha-Ha Mustangs defeat the Wild Poopers, who put up a league leading if this was opposite day and you were going from the bottom, put up 84.9 points. Yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah, so let's talk about poor Cat. Now, this one was a grudge match for Mr. Clemens. I don't know if Cat realizes, but all last year, if anybody watched the interview that we did with Mr. Clemens, one of our very few interviews we did, when I asked him who he most wanted to beat, He said, Kat. He said, she kills me every year. I just like to beat her one time. Well,
He
Clemens,
does it.
happy birthday, buddy. Your birthday's on
Yes.
9/11. You got yourself a victory. Let's talk about Andrew Luck. I guess he's not dead yet, people. 25.5. Saquon Barkley with 24 points. Adam Thielen with a nice 18. The rest of his squad wasn't much to talk about. Cam in the defeat of Dallas. Thank you, Cam. Way to start them up with a loss. 18.2. LaShawn McCoy, only 3.1. Who knows if he's thinking about that upcoming trial. Williams from Green Bay, 4.7. Here's the real ouch. Doug Baldwin, normally a consistent scorer, sometimes the high score on your team. Goose egg. Ouchie, ouch. I think there might have been injury, but again, I don't know because we were flipping around so much. We didn't see a ton of the Seattle game. I must have missed whatever the injury was. We had the red zone. I'm sure one of those guys would have told me what the injury was. Thank you, Jason. Diggs had a nice day with 14, and her defense had the Rams with 17.1 when they took down the Raiders. But better luck next week, Kat, and congrats, Mr. Clemens, birthday boy. Last game.
Is there one more?
Yeah, dummy. Gentlemen's forecourt, your sister.
Sorry. You're correct. I didn't forget.
Be happy.
The gentleman four quarterlies, again, like the other Heath, who that family came to play, just got to bring up Dawn a little bit. She scores 160 in a loss as well, and falls to the people's champion, who is continuing his success from last season. He racked up an extremely respectable 190.6.
Very nicely done. I love how he has his Herm Edwards as his avatar this year. That's pretty funny. You do play to win the game, Mr. Herm. So let's see. Drew Brees with a 40 in that shootout. Very nice. McCaffrey with 13.5. Derrick Henry, not getting to him with only 4. Michael Thomas for 40. So you take those 40 and 40 combined with what he got. That was a very nice day for him. Demaryius Thomas, 18. Big day for James Conner. Thanks, Greg. 36.2. You dropped that guy. What are you thinking, dude? Come on, man. Didn't help.
Did Jay start him?
What's that?
Jason started him?
Yes, of course he did. He was smart. He knew he was going to be able to run on them. The LA defense, the Chargers defense did not help Terry with a -3. Evans, her keeper, did well with 31 points. So did Emmanuel Sanders. That's going to be the best wide receiver in Denver this year. You heard it here first with 31. Keenan Allen with 26. Very nice. Not Devontae, Dalvin Cook with only 13. Aaron Rodgers with a monster comeback after riding off on the cart, comes back and gallops in for 32.9. Very nice, Aaron Rodgers. Sorry about that, Terry. I'd like to talk about collusion because how did you and she get 160? I think somebody's monkeying with the numbers. You better call the RNC on that one, buddy.
Yeah.
What's
All right.
next, Buckwheat?
Well, we could start with the rankings. It's only week one, so I know it doesn't mean much. But to start things off, we've got Brockway, the Brockway division. We've got the Braille Bombers and the Punishment Due both tied at 1-0. Bringing up the bottom, only one game back is the Lovejoy Project. Next, we've got Ogdenville, who is Greg alone at the top at 1-0. And we've got 2 with losing records, the Deplorables and the Malibu Stacy's. Again, both only one game back out of first.
Stop moving your thing. Leave it.
Sorry. North Haverbrook, the Mustangs, also alone at the top there. I love to see Kev at the top on his birthday week. He deserves it. He is 1-0. 2 losing records after him, the 4 Quarterlies and the Wild Poopers, both at 0-1. And the cream division of the entire league is Springfield. Like we mentioned before, the planets aligned. Matt, myself, and Jason all alone in that bracket. Very interesting. I did the math on this. Did you know our 3 teams combined for 560 points this week? No other division comes close. Clearly, the champion's going to come out of the Springfield division.
Don't jinx it.
There is a 2-way tie for the top of that.
Yeah, but there's still somebody in first. Don't give me this 2-way shit.
The Honor Rollers and the People's Champ both at 1-0. With Camp Krusty bringing up the rear with a score of 160 167. So there you have it.
Yep, the standings are awesome, and Jason is where he belongs, sniffing my butt. So let's move on to the next thing. Let's talk about pickups. Let's talk some exciting news this morning for those that participated. Now, I know it's only week 1, and I tried not to get excited for who I picked up, but I was kind of desperate because Jack Doyle, I heard, did make a fumble, and he didn't do that great for me, so I was looking to upgrade at that position. But here are the ones that actually were contested. First, Stinkin' Clemens. Again, happy birthday, you big jerk. He bid for the Bears $6. I bid $1. I lost.
Oh, that's what you get for bidding $1.
I didn't think defenses would be on a premium on the first day.
$1?
Shut it.
That's not a premium. $6 won it. Premium.
I know.
You're too
And
cheap.
for those of you that saw, will you stop messing with your thing, dude? Leave it alone.
You were able to.
Still. Now listen, there's a little guy by the name
spend
of
on that hat.
There's a little guy by the name of Philip Lindsay who got a lot of love after that Denver game. He was doing much better than Royce.
With a free bowl of soup. Sorry.
Jerk. So there was a bidding war for Philip Lindsay. Well, I say bidding war, but it was a low dollar bidding war. The winner, the people's champ for $6 whole. He beat out the Brill Bombers. She'd only been 5, and Todd's measly $1. So he got Philip Lindsay. Congrats, Jason, your new player. The other big contest was Jared Cook. That's right, the tight end out of Oakland, who did very well. And again, I understand one game does not make it, but I'm looking to increase my stable of tight ends since I only have one who's questionable at best. So it was between
What'd you bid?
It was between myself, Todd, and Joe. Joe bid 5. Todd bid 18, but I wanted 21. Yes.
You bid 21 for a tight end and $1.
Hey, at least I didn't go much over the second bid, so I don't feel that bad. In the uncontested, the deplorables picked up Quincy Enuma, so good luck with him. I believe he's a receiver for the Jets. That's that one. Let's look forward to next week and wrap this first podcast, videocast, vlog up.
Okay.
I lost my screen. Hold on.
Man, what? Okay, I was going to say, it doesn't get any easier for Camp Krusty, who has to go up against the People's Champion in another division matchup. I desperately need a win here. Yes. It becomes at Jay's expense. I apologize, but I'm desperate. I know who you're going to pick, but I'm going to give it my all. The projections show us very close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, everything on paper, again, is just goofy on the first few weeks because nobody knows what's going to happen. The first week is not going to be an indicator of what happens. The second one, I think this is where you bounce back. I think you get the win over Jason. I don't see Drew Brees and Michael Thomas, even though they're going into measly Cleveland, playing Cleveland. I understand Cleveland's bad, but their defense has improved. I don't expect them to put up 40 apiece, certainly during that one. I do like a good day from Connor for Jay, but the rest of it will be questionable at best. Tom Brady, I think, is going to have a big day. I think Elliott's going to rebound big time against the New York Giants, the division rival. That should be a good game. Deion Lewis should be getting tons, even if it's not Mariota throwing it to him, because they're going to need every weapon they can on the field, and he's a good change of pace back, sitting back there. I hope Larry Fitzgerald improves for you, because the first week was a little rough with Sam Bradford slinging it. We will see. Will Fuller, he actually has a number here. Let's hope he starts or you keep him in there.
No, I'm going to bench him. So Randall
Cobb's coming in?
Cobb's coming in.
Well, just be warned, dude. Cobb's going up against Minnesota, who has a very seriously good secondary. So think about that. I love Cobb.
I'm going to give a talk this week that's going to inspire him.
I know what you're going to do. You're going to go with Poppins' old rule. You start your studs no matter what. Whatever, Pop. Anywho, so yeah, it's good. It should be a good game. I hope it is close, and I hope you eke it out. Who's next?
Next up, coming off of a win against an undefeated team, the Braille Bombers go up against Krustovsky Lovejoy Project, another team needing a win.
Yep, somebody's going to have a win after this week with these two folks coming out of it.
No, Mama won it.
Mama did win it. That's right.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got the line at 123 to 129. Going to be a close one. Let's see. Oh, Russ Wilson plays at Chicago. That's going to be a downgrade for Wilson because he's playing in Chicago, and they have a pretty good defense. And a little guy by the name of Khalil Mack, who just about destroyed the backfield. And is that a dog next to you? And took out Aaron Rodgers as well. Leonard Fournette hopes to bounce back, but against New England, get that dog out of this shot. I'm going to delete that off this video. That is disgusting. I know where that dog's mouth has been. Joe Mixon might have a good night. We're going to find out tomorrow on that. You'll know early on that one. And Marvin Jones Jr. looks to be good for Detroit against San Francisco. And it looks like Vance McDonald gets the start since the other guy was out for him. So it'll be interesting. And we'll see what they can do. So I'm predicting this one goes to my mom, of course, because I guess
okay.
Not going to win her. Probably poison
again, we've got the punishment due. going up against the deplorables.
Yes, indeedy. This should be a good one. The line is only 3 points on this one. Deshaun Watson played a great game against New England. I think he's going to do better against Tennessee. Phillip Rivers against Buffalo. Boy, I don't know if Buffalo's going to have a comeback game here or if Phil's going to just pick them apart. Kareem Hunt, I'd like to say he's going to do well, but Pitt's going to shut him down. So don't even bother starting him. Devontae Adams should have a good, going to have a rough day in Minnesota. This looks tough for the deplorables. On the other side, we got the punishment due. Melvin Gordon looks to tear up poor Buffalo. Hopkins is going to take apart Tennessee. Crabtree at Cincinnati. I think punishment due is coming up with this one. With the victory on this one, Kev. Sorry about that, Jennifer. Who's next?
Next up, we've got the Malibu Stacies, another team needing a win, going against the undefeated team Voldemort.
This one, I think, will be a comeback game for Mr. Roethlisberger playing at home. I think he has a big day. I don't know if Nick Foles – stop that. I swear to God, we're going to stop this if you can't get it together.
I got it.
Let's see if he can have a decent one. Todd Gurley should do well. Jarvis Landry should have a better game going against New Orleans because God knows they gave it up to the other team, to the Bucs this last week. Freeman should have a good game. Collins, I expect to do better. Julio Jones, hard to do better than the first week. Amari Cooper hopes to have a better game. This one, I'm giving the edge to Don simply because I think Roethlisberger's going to have a big day and hopefully prove some people wrong about thinking he's done. What's next?
Okay, next we've got the Gentlemen's Four Quarterlies. Hopefully they can continue that big scoring because then they can compete this week against Saquon, Mustangs. If it goes like last week, she might squeak a win out, but anything can happen.
She might, but again, we got Aaron Rodgers throwing against a tough secondary with Minnesota. On the other hand, Dalvin Cook going against Green Bay. He might get his running legs back. Crowell might have another big day. The Jets are one of those teams that were like, hey, that was amazing week one. Can they do it week two? We will see going up against Miami. Keenan Allen at Buffalo should be a field day for him. Sanders at Oakland. They did do a pretty good job slowing people down, but Cooper Kupp got his numbers last week, so he should do fine there. And Evans should have another big day. For Saquon, I like Andrew Luck at Washington. That should be a really good game. I like Saquon at Dallas. Lord knows they're done for the season. Count Dallas out. Thielen should have a good day against Green Bay. And Kelsey, much as I hate to say it, will probably have a good day against Pittsburgh. Let's hope we limit it to one or two good plays for him, and it doesn't kill us. He picked up the Chicago defense, so we'll see if that actually pushes him over the top. But I'm giving the edge this time to Mr. Clemens, since Rodgers against Minnesota's secondary is going to be tough. With Rodgers.
All right, and finally, we have the Wild Poopers going against the worst team name in the entire league, the
Kids
Honor.
Loved it. How is it you hate that?
The
You don't like
Honor
Martin?
Rollers.
You don't like Martin, the Honor Rollers?
No, wait, is this some reference to the Supreme Court judges you're moving in, or what is
No, this is Martin when he did the honor rolls in the soapbox derby of The Simpsons. You said you were a fan. Remember, the NASA designed his thing, and he has the wreck, and then Bart has to run it, remember? And Homer's all saying, go back. You say you're a Simpsons fan. I'm pulling your Simpsons card right now.
No, I thought this was some – okay, go ahead. Are you going to win?
Heck yeah, I'm going to beat her. Sorry, Kat. No, I think it's going to be a good game, but I may just eat this one out because I think Antonio Brown is going to have a huge day along with Juju. We're going to get right with this game, and I like Tyler Lockett since Doug Baldwin's injured. So hopefully I win, but good luck, Kat. Should be a good matchup. And I think that's it for now. I owe Terry some dates on going out. That's on me. So,
and we brought money. We just didn't give it to you. So
what happened with that?
Either we'll mail it or bring it on Thanksgiving. I don't know. I had it.
Okay, don't sweat it, man. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, well, no, I'm bringing it up because I'm bringing it up, not to talk over you. I'm bringing it up as a reminder to everyone else in the league. If they didn't pay, payment is due immediately, or else Matt will keep ranking these.
But I did do a good job this year of everybody who did pay on day one. It's in the system, so you can actually look up and see who's paid and who hasn't. And there's a big red mark for Kevin because he's the slackerest of slackers. So. Everybody, good luck. Don't forget to set your lineups tomorrow night. Baltimore, Cincinnati. If you guys got
set your lineup.
Set your lineups. Look for trades this year. Let's hopefully somebody makes some big things happen. But I know it's early, so nobody panic just yet. Again, I just thought of a great idea. Sure, hit me.
As a reward for people who stick around till the very end of the video. At the end of the video, starting next week.
Yes.
Matt, you should give some tip of the week, whether that's picking up some value who's still out on the waiver or some start 'em or sit 'em advice.
We'll do something like that, or maybe I'll have a thing to where I drop some bit of knowledge or something, and then I'll put a poll out and say, what was the answer to this one? And the first person that logs in and hits that
Gets
one,
$1, gets an extra $1. I'll sponsor it.
Get something. We'll make it some prize, and then
Okay.
award those or something like that. We'll do something fun like that. It's a good
All
idea.
right.
Good job. You should come around this up in the production meeting. We had a half an hour before the show. That's okay. You'd like to do it live and on the air. Like we just have all day.
I do it when it comes to me. I do it when it comes to me.
I know. You are a man struck by the spot.
Well, I'm going to try to bring something next week as well. So with that.
So for Matt Dickey, this is Kevin. So for Kevin Heath, this is Matt Dickey signing off. See you next week, BONESTORM. Kev, take us home.
Stay classy, BONESTORM.
I can't figure out how to end the meeting. Oh, there it is. End meeting.
There. It's still